Hi, I'm Duarte, I'm from Galicia in Spain, and today I'm gonna cook a tortilla. Okay, tortilla is a very typical dish in all over Spain, and today we're gonna make the plain one. So we will need potatoes, we're gonna need eggs, and obviously some oil. This is sunflower oil, but if you have olive oil, it suits better, and a little bit of salt. Well, first step obviously is peeling the potatoes, and as I have a lot to peel, I'm gonna sit down and start, with this a little bit annoying process. I'm peeling now the last potato. This is gonna make about 16, but the thing is that there is not a fixed number of potatoes that you need to cook for, to peel for an omelette, for a tortilla, because the thing is that it totally depends on how many people is gonna eat them. Okay, now I have 16. I'm gonna cook a tortilla for about 2 people, and these potatoes, as you can see, they are very small. So you have to when peeling or when taking the potatoes, you have to think about how many people that is gonna be, and the size obviously of your fry pan, because think that then you need to cut all these potatoes in small slices and then fry them. So if your fry pan is very small, you can't obviously have hundreds of potatoes. After washing the potatoes, now I have to cut them, and this is a very important step, of cooking an omelette. You can't cook them in big slices like this. It needs to be really thin, almost like paper. If you can, as much thinner you can cook it, then it's gonna be tastier. So it's very important, to cut them in very small slices, and you have to do this with all these 16 potatoes that we have here. Okay. So now, as you can see, we have all the potatoes cut in very tiny slices, and what we need now is to put salt in it. Some people prefer to salt them later, but I recommend you to do it now. So we have here salt. It's quite a lot, there are quite a lot of potatoes, so we will need a lot of salt. So to start putting a lot of salt, and then mix them all together. You have to be very careful mixing, because if not, some potatoes will be very salty and other ones are not going to taste good. So you need to mix. Okay, so now it's time to put the oil into the fry pan. I have some used oil that is you can recycle oil. You don't need to use new oil every time you want to fry something. And I used this last time to fry potatoes too, so that's completely alright. And a little bit of new oil, because it's not enough. When you're frying potatoes, you need to put a lot of oil, not just a bit. As you can see here, this is there's a lot of oil here. Okay, and now we need to start boiling it. I'm gonna put it in the maximum power, at least at the beginning, just to make sure that it's very hot. Later when I'm frying, I don't want it to be as powerful, because then the potatoes can be burned, but I will go back to that later. Okay, so now we are starting with frying the potatoes. Okay, we eat a lot of fried potatoes, usually olive oil, in Spain. It's part of what is called the Mediterranean diet, even though I am from the Atlantic part of Spain. Okay, so now we have to make sure that all the potatoes are fried. We have a lot of them, so we are gonna need then to move them. And I'm gonna set it in a half fire, just to make sure that they don't get burned. Okay, so here we are frying the potatoes. There are some people that when they cook, they don't make a mess, everything is inside the frying pan. This is a boring way of cooking, but just to make things a little bit dirty. Okay, while the potatoes are being fried, we should use this time to beat the eggs. Okay, so we have. I'm not sure about how many eggs I'm gonna use now for this amount of potatoes. I have, this thing about cooking omelettes is that you have to try measures, but I'm quite sure that at least I'm gonna need 4. So I'm gonna beat 4 eggs now, and if I need more, I will beat more later. Okay, so that's very easy. I need to break the eggs. Okay, I have tried them. They are okay. They are well cooked, but they need a little bit more of salt. So I will add salt in the next stage. Okay, so what we're gonna do now? We're gonna start taking out this fried potatoes, and I'm gonna put it in this pan. You should use a bowl because it's better, you know, than to mix. But I don't have a bowl in my kitchen, so I'm gonna use a pan. That's the cheap version, okay? But if you have a bowl, use it. Now I'm gonna throw away all the oil, but I'm gonna keep just a little bit, you know, the frying pan a little bit wet with a little bit of oil, just because then we have to put the potatoes with the eggs back again into the frying pan, and we don't want it to be sticky. So we have to leave a little bit of oil, but just a very little bit. I'm gonna I'm gonna add the eggs to the potatoes. Okay, so I'm gonna add them, and I'm gonna mix them a little bit, and now I'm gonna check. Okay, I think that's enough. You have to make sure that they are mixed. I'm gonna add a little bit more of salt because, as I said before, I think that the potatoes need a little bit more salt. Just a little bit. I'm gonna mix it. Okay. And now we need a very important thing. We need a plate. This is a plate where the omelette is gonna be, and is what we're gonna use to churn it over. Okay. So we have this mix. We're gonna put the fry pan back into the heating. Okay. But don't want this in a, you know, low power, and then we're gonna add all the mixture with the potatoes and the eggs again to the pan. Okay, good. And now what we have to do, I think I should need a little bit more egg. What we need to do is make sure that it's more or less even. Okay. And wait until it gets cooked. Okay, so it's going to be before, and we need to avoid this to be sticky. So I'm gonna start, you know, trying to move it from the borders to avoid it to stick the mixture to the fry pan. Okay. This needs to be very fast, and it can break, and I can make a mess, so usually we do that over the sink. Yay, I did it. Good. Okay, so as you see now, we have the omelette in the plate, and it has to go back to the fry pan to toast it from the other side. Okay. Back to the pan. Good. So now again we have to shake it again until it is more or less nice. Okay guys, I think that now it's done. We just need to churn it again for the last time. And some people like it to be more cooked, some people less cooked. I like not very cooked. So I'm gonna leave it like this. Okay, so here it is. This is a Spanish omelette, tortilla. And okay, and this is my favorite part of cooking, trying the food. So, as we say in Spanish, buen provecho, or in Galicia, bo proveito. And I'm gonna try and slice. As you see, it's a little bit, the egg is a little bit raw inside. I like that. Other people prefer to cook it longer. That's a thing of how you like to cook.